Hello everyone and welcome to this video where today we're going to be reviewing the Logitech G102 Lightsync. And yep, you saw that right on the title and thumbnail. This is going to be a big rant video on why this mouse has caused me pain. I absolutely despise this mouse, but anyway, let's get back into the regular programming. So the Logitech G102 Lightsync is definitely one of the most budget-friendly gaming mouse out there. Comparing to the other competitors, it looks pretty solid, especially when it's priced around $15, sometimes even cheaper. That's a good deal. But before you rush to buy it, I got a lot of things to say after using it for a whole year. Before we continue though, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying it so far. Only 1% of people watching right now are actually subscribed, so that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, first, beware that there are a couple of versions of this mouse. This G102 Lightsync is actually not the first version. Instead, the Prodigy was the original, which launched a long time ago. And I've also used it for quite some time before the mouse, spoiler alert, double click. So yeah, this Lightsync edition is the updated version of the old one, which includes the new Lightsync RGB system. That is pretty cool, but that's also pretty much it. No other changes. There were some people who said that it got better switches and potentially have fixed the double click issue, but we'll talk about that later. Not only that, I have to mention there's also the Logitech G203, which is pretty much identical, just with a different name, but it's also not available in my country. By the way, for the unboxing and what's in the box of this mouse, you can just check out the video that I did right here after watching this one. Anyway, let's get into the design. As you can see, this G102 Lightsync looks like your typical mouse. You know, the kinda ambidextrous body, because there are some thumb buttons on the left, so if you're left-handed, that might be a bit hard to use. The new Lightsync RGB though is really awesome. At the bottom here, this G logo and strip of light, you can customize it with up to 3 driven zones, but I'll talk about it more in the software section. Anyway, the body itself feels pretty solid. Like, wow, it got some weight and quality. With speaking of that, it weighs right around 85 grams, and that's a bit heavy comparing to some others. Definitely not the lightest mouse, but I'm pretty comfortable with the weight. Like, it feels good. The size, I would say it's actually quite nice for me. I would say I have medium-sized hands for an Asian guy, and this is pretty comfortable for me who is a palm type of guy. But if you want to use claw grip, then it might still work if you got bigger hands. The material of the body is this matte black plastic, and there's also a white version if you like that. And on the bottom, there are 4 pads here, which do get pretty dirty. Yeah, I don't really like using a mouse pad, and rubbing it against my wooden table did make it ugly. But yeah, back to the top, this mouse got 6 buttons in total, and yes, you can customize them all. The left and right click, the scroll wheel, which you can also click, and one more under that with, of course, the 2 thumb buttons I said earlier. Now for the feels, it is pretty clicky, especially on the main 2 switches, which uses the Omron switches that can last up to 10 million clicks, which I absolutely doubt that later on that. For the scroll wheel, I would say it's a pretty good one. Maybe not the best I've felt, but it is decent other than it gets so dirty in those wedges. And under there is the DPI button, which feels nice, very satisfying click. But for the sides, I would say that it's a bit mushy. Not sure how to describe it. Like, it clicks, but it doesn't feel that great to click. I don't know. For the sensor, I can find what it is, but it supports 200 to 8000 dpi, which is insane, and it's pretty accurate. All my aims and just using it for walk, my cursor feels precise. I haven't had a single slip, and to be honest, I only use like 1200 dpi since that's where I like it the most. But if you wanna go ham and use all 8000, then you can do that. And speaking of that, let's talk about the software. So the Logitech G102 Lightsync uses the new G Hub software, which of course controls all of of your Logitech stuff. Here you can customize pretty much everything about your mouse. Most importantly is the RGB. Come on, you bought this mouse for the cool lights, right? So yeah, here you can set your RGB lighting however you want. There are a lot of presets and effects already built in, or you can just make your own, and yeah, it does look really cool. The 3 RGB zones compared to the old Prodigy that only has 1 is a life changer. Like, it looks so much better, and here you can customize the speed and brightness also. Not only that, you can of course make macros or change your buttons to whatever you like. Maybe you're a mobile player or something like that. You can set up commands and everything. There's also even custom profiles made by the community. And lastly, you can set up your DPI settings to whatever you like. The only sad thing is that you gotta have the app always open in the background to make sure that your settings are actually being used. Like if you accidentally closed it or something, then it will just switch to the onboard memory, and yeah, your settings aren't there. Alright, it's time to address the big ginormous elephant in the room, the double click issue. Yep, that's what all of you guys came here for, and it's time to start my rant. Hopefully I won't be too whiny. So okay, let me get it straight. I've been using this mouse for pretty much a year now, and honestly it has been great for the first couple of months until recently, like 3 to 4 months ago or the start of this year. I felt some symptoms of the double click issue, and it has been getting worse ever since. You know what, I probably already felt some double clicking starting like 6 to 7 months ago, but it was like super rare. I thought it was just my finger twitching and accidentally clicking it twice. I do that sometimes, but it was clear that was not the case. So yeah, fast forward to the day of recording, it's so bad. Like man, if I could, I would beat this mouse into space. That's how mad and uncomfortable I am using this junk. I can't even speak, it's so annoying. It double clicks so much that I have screen recording right now on how many times it does that, and yeah, it messes me up so much, and that's not even the only problem. It also doesn't want to hold the click, which is even more insane. Like when I try to play a shooter game or something, it just won't hold, and instead either like click once and that's it, or it will just click and hold for a bit and stop and do it again, and like it's just so frustrating. Like just hold it, man. And it's not only for gaming, like just me working, moving and dragging files, making thumbnails, or just a simple blocking a text or taking a screenshot is just unbearable. It keeps accidentally clicking something twice and messing me up, wasting time, or just accidentally copy some files or move it somewhere else. Yeah, my experience for the last couple of months haven't been great. I am going insane, man. And before you say, oh, you must have used it wrong, maybe like you're a harsh guy, man, you click the button so hard it broke. No, I use my mouse lightly. Like I don't even use the computer that much, just a few hours editing, writing script, and maybe play some games. But I've never intentionally used the mouse where I click so hard out of rage or spam clicks it so much that it breaks like this. So no, I've just used it like a regular person, and it still double clicks after a few months of use. And as I mentioned earlier, this is not my first rodeo. My old G102 Prodigy also had this issue, the double clicks, and yeah, that one actually broke even faster, like after 3 to 4 months of use, which is dumb. Like what, a mouse like this made for gamers and it can even handle a few months of regular use? This is outrageous. And I also got another mouse from Logitech between me buying this Lightsync and the Prodigy. It was, I think, a G305, and wow, that one is also bad. Even worse, I got the double click issue and the hold issue on both left and right clicks. How is it that bad? I don't know, maybe it's just me or something. Like I'm the unluckiest person in the world. But yeah, my past experience with Logitech haven't been great at all. I felt like my super old Logitech office mouses that I've been using last longer than these gamer ones, and those are probably likely cheaper. So yeah, I mean, this mouse do have a 2-year warranty, so maybe I could RMA it and get a new one, but man, I've really lost my trust in Logitech. The quality of the products are just not great. It's a shame because this is such a great mouse. Maybe once again it's just me, so let me know in the comments if you have this similar issue. But yeah, I can see myself buying another Logitech, so recommend me a better brand. And that was a very long rant, but yeah, that's all I got to say for this video. I gotta calm myself down for a bit. But yeah, the verdict is that if you like gambling for a mouse, then this Logitech G102 Lightsync is a pretty good option. Once again, I only recommend it if you're sure that you won't be having the double click issue. It is a really good mouse when it doesn't do that, but I can guarantee that you won't be having a good time if the double clicks happens, especially in just a few months of use. For the price though, $15, I mean, let's be real here, a cheap office mouse will probably last longer than this. Won't look as cool as this, but probably more reliable. Yikes. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you found this useful, hit that like button below and subscribe for more videos like this one. Maybe I'll dunk on another brand. Yeah man, I need a shower. I'm so angry, so bye.